Today I'm going to take you on a very random journey through the goldfields using various maps, following anything that looks interesting. And we're going to start where the gold rush began, Clunes. Now this town is famous today for being the site of Victoria's first official gold rush, but before it was a known goldfield or a town, it was a pastoral station named, you guessed it, Clunes. It was run by a fella named Donald Cameron, and we can see his house site marked on this map here. This incredible map was created in 1849, 2 years before the gold rush began, when the area around Mount Cole was surveyed by William Urquhart, and you may recognise that name as it's on a lot of street signs throughout the region. This map displays many significant features, including pastoral stations, hut sites, dray tracks, and a portion of Major Mitchell's track from when he passed through here in 1836 on the return journey of his famous expedition. A guy named Coghill had the Glendaruel pastoral station, and Coghill's Creek still bears his name today. From his station we can see the track to Buninyong, not to Ballarat as there was no such town yet. But of course there was a pastoral station. In 1851, a fella was travelling between the recently discovered goldfields at Clunes and Buninyong. Finding a likely spot to try with his pan, he found gold on the Ballarat pastoral station, and the rest is history. Urquhart also surveyed the town of Ballarat, and the neatly laid out grid of the town centre is thanks to him. On his map we can see Ballarat's now hidden Nar Creek when it was still flowing on the surface. Today, this section of the creek is lined with beautiful bluestone and runs deep underground beneath the town. But this area became famous for a different type of underground river. The incredible leads which were discovered beneath Ballarat dazzled the world, and some yielded so much gold that they were called jewelers' shops. When miners reached the rich gutter waiting below, some described it as a table of gold shining up at them. Can you imagine? But the richest deep lead system in Victoria wasn't to be discovered for quite a while, when shallow hints of riches were followed from Broomfield deep under the basaltic plains to the north, and the renowned Spring Hill and Berry leads were revealed. 51 tonnes of gold later, today we're reminded of this region's former glory by the huge piles of mullock and washed river rocks which these miners extracted from deep beneath the ground. So let's have a look beneath the ground. This is the underground workings of the Madam Berry mine in 1891, and this brilliant sectional diagram gives us a very detailed view. Note the more substantial timbering required in the wash drive, which travels through the lead itself, compared to the reef drive below, which travels through solid rock. We can see this pipe has been put up into the lead for draining water. I do plan to make a more detailed video about the methods and machinery of deep lead mining, so if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. The mines on these leads were very substantial and were all working in very difficult conditions. The rich wash dirt they were chasing was deeply buried beneath many lava flows. Testing the ground through boring was expensive, and often several years of pumping water was required before work could even begin on the lead. Mines working on sub-basaltic deep leads required lots of capital, patience and persistence. Looking at this map, we can see the headwaters of the Berry lead are situated around the Creswick area, and if we follow the lead to the north, it runs into the Malort lead, then eventually into the massive Loddon lead. As you can see, the ancient riverbeds buried beneath our feet are just as extensive as the watercourses we have on the surface today. Not all the rich alluvial ground was so hard to get to. Over here on the same map we've got the famous Berlin Goldfield, now known as Riola. This 1890 map by E.J. Dunn shows an insane amount of gold nuggets that were taken out of this area, and a monument at Riola today shares that out of all Victoria's officially recorded nuggets over 450 ounces, 1/3 of them came from this district alone. Well, that is probably enough rambling about maps for this video. I think I might do more like this one though, because it's fun. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to learn more about the fascinating history of the Victorian goldfields, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications.